Yeah, exactly. It's not doing so well with my building.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's coming along, I guess.
It's coming slow, though.
Yeah.
The stuff we got going in it is just over the top. That's George, though.
A lot of extra work.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of rock, but it's almost done, though, building-wise.
How much time?
That should be done by... We should be working on it on the inside, all buttoned up on the outside by next winter, and then working on the inside, finishing up all the finish work and stuff like that. So.
Well, it's going to be anything like this.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be. It's
going to be a lot of good finishes.
Yeah, we got arch ceilings and stuff like that. And it's gonna be pretty. So. So yeah.
That will be beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we just got done building. When you drove in, I don't know if you saw the building.
Yeah.
All the way straight back. We just got done building that.
Is that right?
Yeah, interesting. That's an interesting building.
I bet. The whole place is interesting.
All the walls are insulated with steel wool, fiberglass layers.
Okay, so it won't move?
No, to bring in energy.
Okay.
And there's galvanized steel on both edges, the roof, everything. We went up to Rangeley, Maine, and this William Reich. He was a big. This was a big to do. You'd sit in a box with him, and he said it cured like different diseases and stuff like that, channeling energy and stuff. So we went up that, and we made one that was like 100 times bigger than his, of course, because George.
Yeah.
So yeah, that came out good.
Wow.
That's right down here?
No, right out back. Right out by the windmill and stuff like that.
Oh, that's going to be great.
So, yeah.
I bet it does cure diseases.
Well, we're almost done with that. We got to put a pyramid on the top, and then then he can use it and we'll see what happens.
Out of copper? You're going to make one out of copper?
It's a galvanized, actually our buddy's making it. There's a galvanized pieces that we all put together, and it's all plexiglass. So you can see out.
All right, okay.
So it's with a big pendulum. He's making a big chandelier for it to sit down. That's out of copper. That one's all wrapped out of copper and everything like that.
Yeah, I had went to visit somebody in England, and they had over the side of the room, they had like landing crystal, and then coming down was the pencil.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the same idea of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. And when you would touch it, let it go. For some people, it worked beautifully.
Really?
Other people, it would not. It would come and stop.
Really? It would stop?
Yeah. That's why I think you can have a real interesting time. Like he does the rods, he does the pendulum. I mean, he's really good at using that. You know, not bad at all.
What? Were you want it, or do you? Okay. What do you want me to do? What am I doing?
We don't have enough chairs. Oh, we're good. Pig pile.
How many do we need? Two.
I said we don't have enough chairs. But whenever we get to right here, Chris, out. Plenty of room.
Grab one next to Jennifer.
Grab one, Chris. Here and here.
We'll sit here.
Okay.
Which is there? I don't know where my glass goes. Where's my glass?
Just put your glass right there.
Okay, I need two cards.
How many more do we want?
We need one
over by
here.
Michelle.
You want to sit together?
No, it's by Michelle, yeah. That one's for Jennifer.
Oh, never mind, I was going to say maybe.
She knows how to balance.
Okay, wait a minute. There are these seats down there. I'm good. Panoramic
I'll let you have it. Don't worry, I've done this before.
We're over there, kind of down.
Chris, Justin, can you grab me a chair out in the hallway?
I'm trying.
The bin?
I made it, where you see it?
Oh, all right.
I'm just waiting.
Wendy, do
Did you move it? You're gonna move it back this way?
He's coming in. Dawn, and keep your phone to get in there.
Wendy, move this over here more towards me.
Hey, Chris,
There's a chair, somebody can get in, right there.
we're putting another seat here.
You know?
Well, the chair over there.
What? There could
Ellie,
be,
do you want
no,
to-
you're standing there. If you move over here more with the chair, they'll get one more in.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
There's another
Yeah, we can
chair.
move down too.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, we can move down this way.
Once you do
We'll
it.
get some chairs there.
Yeah, well, there's a seat right there that can come in.
You have one job. Okay, yeah.
Maybe somebody take one of those chairs.
She went bottom up.
All right, I'm gonna show you how you do it. Wait.
Do another one?
I know, but you're totally
How many more do we need?
For you, where's Amanda?
She's over here.
I'm right here.
But then you, and that's it.
Okay, we're good.
So I'll put that chair back over there.
Tina, and you're right.
Tina, do you have chairs?
I think I intimidated Tina.
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
I steered her away.
I think it's telling my stomach.
Here he is.
that was good.
Come on, Don. Here he is. And everybody trash. Now it's like a.
It's George's fault. He's always stirring
No
trouble.
one's good over there.
All right, Tina, wait, do you want to be up here so you can?
What?
No, that's fine.
Everybody.
Does that work? Yep.
Okay, we're all good? Just give us a signal.
Give me a nudge.
We'll carry out like a concert.
Yeah.
You know, I don't wanna move here. I don't wanna move.
This one's open. That one's open?
Ellie's gonna
I'll come right here.
You do what you think.
No, Donnie's in the head of the table.
Lori, I can do everything. I know. Are we good? Yeah, okay.
By the way, I think that was just apple cider.
You'll see.
That was Alan's special brew. Very good.
He does some hot cider. This is nothing. That's nothing. You have enough room? This one.
Yeah, good.
Ran alcohol.
Amanda's going to the bathroom.
Who is?
Well,
Well, in the bathroom?
Amanda.
Amanda. Amanda!
Everyone knows Amanda.
Coming out.
Amanda, wash your hands.
Don't come out of toilet paper, start to the bottom of your foot.
Oh, my God. No.
Nothing safe. No, not here.
Can you imagine all of us in a camping trip?
When are we gonna do it? That'd be cool.
That's gonna be so much fun.
I love camping.
Me too.
We go to like the Bellagio, beautiful camping spot.
Oh, boy.
We go down to the woods, you know, Fox Woods. We camp there.
Yeah, Foxwood.
Okay, we're all set.
Amanda's out of the bathroom.
Oh my God.
Everybody was like, wait, Amanda, you all
Night,
set?
isn't it? To spend the equinox.
We're all ready. We're all here.
All set?
Yeah, you know, it's a wonderful, this is, I think, a wonderful way to spend the spring equinox, even though we have 10 feet of snow out there. Still, that might not be till June, but at least we're hopeful, you know, for the spring. And I also think that the inhabitants of the home are pleased with your gathering. I think they're pleased with how things are coming along. Very happy.
Does everybody know what Patty does?
No, they don't know me.
No?
No.
Okay, Patty's one of the very few full trance mediums. She can let other people speak through her. But there's not that many around full trance mediums. There's a lot of mediums. But if they want to, and she wants them to, and her guides want her to, they'll speak through her. And that's what we're going to try to do tonight.
Also, we hope that someone that lives in the home will choose, maybe to speak through tonight. That would be, really a nice thing, if that, did occur. And everybody has guardian angels, they have guides. And it's very possible that maybe with permission of your guides, permission of mine, permission of George as the owner, that it's possible we could bring through a guide or two, that belong to all of you, and that they would come through to introduce themselves to you, to let you know that they are here. They're with you at all times. They were with you at birth. They'll be with you at death. They will do their best to guide you, to give you messages. Like I'm sure you've heard things going through your mind. And knowing that it's not you, but a guide telling you to do this or that. And no, it's not the disease of bipolar. It's far different than that disease. But that disease also carries a manic depressive state when they have multiple personalities that live within them, and which is conjured up by the brain. But it would be nice to see if maybe any of your guides would come through. As Peter said, I was born a trance medium.
She never knew it till she was about 45, I guess.
Yeah, I was very psychic, I knew all that, but I didn't know.
I used to work in Connecticut with a group of people. And then I knew Patty for a number of years. I stopped at her house, had a cup of coffee. So I mentioned names in Connecticut. She told me all about them. And she told me what we were doing in Connecticut. It was on something on this idea. That was like 30-some years ago. I'm going to put my hand on her to help her with energy. That kind of helps her. How you feeling?
Good. You think we should,
Perhaps her guide will speak first. The gatekeeper. You have more you want to say?
yeah, for all of you that, do all of you know what a trance medium is?
No.
Okay, that's when, like we said, a guide will choose to come through and speak. A lot of times there's a big voice change, or maybe a slight voice change, but there is a voice change and mannerisms change. Because we, me, as Pat is no longer present, it has been a guide or someone else that has chosen to use my body as a vehicle, and my larynx as their voice. So I don't know if there's anything else. Is there any questions before we begin?
Amanda?
So, I have a question. So are you implying that you would like George to finally work tonight?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
No, no.
You say finally.
I want to see his skills.
Very skillful.
Well, that would be up to George and up to his guides if he so chooses to do so. Okay, let's just see. I think the no, I don't need them.
Well,
Good evening. My name is Zabadani, and I am her gatekeeper. I thought that I would come and say good evening, and you set it up to bring pretty ladies, Peter. You haven't forgotten.
thank George.
Very nice. I am very pleased that we have all chosen to come together this evening. It has been a long time since I have talked with many. I have kept very quiet. But I lived in Kenya, had an accident, and was killed when I was approximately 21 years of age. My mother was a native Kenyan, and my father was a minister, a missionary. And they so truly tried to stop prejudice. For if one is prejudiced on either side, it works into nothing but tragedy. So I have been going around stating what love, when it is shared, when one can share with another regardless of nationality, of creed, it brings together a harmony unlike other types of harmony. As you know, if music is harmonized, it blends perfectly, beautifully. If one loves another, it blends perfectly. We would not be having, or you would not be having, the upset that is going on in this world today. We, on our side, are quite sad to see the terror instead of peace. I would ask each and every one of you to please, please try to bring forth peace. Whether it be through prayer, whether it be through speaking, loving, so that someday the young ones and the ones to come will know only peace and harmony. And the rest of you can live out your lives happily, in peace and in harmony. In order for anything to work, there must be peace, there must be harmony, and there must be love. Now, Peter, do you have any questions?
Does anybody have questions in any field?
Chris, what year did you live?
Pardon me?
What years did you live? What time?
I lived in a time frame of 1763 to 17. No, I'm sorry. It was 1840, I believe it was. And we knew about anger, for they killed my father for loving my mother. So you see, on both sides, I am black. My mother was black. As I said before, she was a true Kenyan. My father was a missionary. And it was the tribesmen that killed my father and burnt his Bible. Thank you for the question.
Is there anything else? Do you have more you'd like to say?
No, but as you know, as you just heard, we have other company. And they are pleased with the gathering. They are pleased that you are like a social butterfly, if you will.
That's George.
That's George.
always loving to entertain, wanting to entertain, or wanting serious gatherings. But this house knows and feels many people coming in and out through the doors. As George knows. And if there is nothing, Peter, I will give blessings to all of you. And I thank you for listening to me. For I know that every one of you loves deeply, wants peace, wants harmony deeply, and will pass it along. But this, I give you blessings, and I leave.
Thank you for coming.
It was evident in right?
Yeah, tell by the voice.
No, I can tell. I
Glasses.
can tell he throws my glasses.
Yeah, he never leaves his glasses on.
I can't see, but I'm afraid that one day they're going to break. Because he doesn't need them, so he thinks nobody else does. Well, what and how do you want to begin?
Bring through someone who can communicate with all our spirits, the ghosts that are around us, all the spirits that surround us.
Are you talking about bring somebody in that can communicate, you said, with all of your guides in spirits, or the inhabitants?
No, all the people here. More of the people here. If the inhabitants come through and kind of help us, that'd be great.
Okay.
You mean like a brief reading on that idea?
Yeah.
Why don't you let Dr. Hines read one up?
I will in a minute. There's somebody else that's coming very strong. Good evening, dear ones, and welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Sunnyside. And may you enjoy what the night has to offer. And it is with great love and thanks that you have allowed this to come about. For in life and now in death, I so loved entertainment. To entertain and to see people happy. Who knows who I am?
Sarah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. you are redoing my house masterfully. Well, just as if I was here, you understand me so well. And it's just so beautiful. Do you not all agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful occasion. I want you all to enjoy and prosper. You are given so many pictures, and you see so well. Like Mr. Bruce. You remember Mr. Bruce?
Yeah.
He was the architect. You do not remember? No.
No, I don't know his name.
Mr. Bruce. He was a wonderful man from Newburyport, Massachusetts. And he did a remarkable job. And now you have taken his place and do even better. Do we not all agree?
Yes, yes, absolutely awesome.
Yes, you can stand up and take a bow. Very nice. Very nice. I just came through to let you know how Warren and I are thrilled. Not only the house, but the property. What you have done. All I do is send pictures or whisper to him, and he sees it.
He picks it right up.
And once he sees it, it's built. I'm sure Mr. Bruce would be happy to have him work with him if it was back then. Tonight, as I was mistress and hostess of this beautiful place, my beloved Sunnyside, I have never said this or done this before, but I pass on being the host, the master of this house, to you with my love and my great blessings. To you. I now will tell you I'm having difficulty. For this is the very first time I have ever chosen or been allowed to speak directly. So now, my dear, dear ones, continue with your partying and I must take to my bed. Good evening and blessings to each and every one of you. Blessings now.
Good.
I felt like someone, Peter,
Mhm.
came through that had
Good.
Victorian type dress on.
You mean the collar?
No, the way they dressed, you know, they always had like high collars and everything. I could feel the dressing come on before I left. But the energy was a pleasant energy. But I wouldn't want to cross this energy. I would never want to cross it. Because as pleasant as it seemed, as it felt, I feel it could whip right around and watch out. Now, can somebody tell me who came in? Because I don't know.
Sarah came in.
She was the owner?
Right, the builder.
Oh.
For baby.
Oh, wow. Wow, isn't that nice that she did? Jeez. I don't know, I don't know.
What do you sense?
What I'm sensing is the boy that was in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
He was the unnamed child. He grew. You know how you grow in spirit?
Right.
About 9, 8, and stuff, but he stays down there and cries because he was not named. He does not know, you know, where to go, who he belonged with. And he lost his mother at a very young age. She, what was her name? Madeline, I think it was. Am I getting a right
I'm
name?
not sure, I think it's Bridget, but I'm not sure. No,
Okay.
I'm not sure it's Bridget's kid.
It could be. And I just don't know the name because I don't think this child knew the name, but cried for his mother. And that's what you hear in the basement. Because he was, you know, and then he was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Geez, I forgot about that. But like I know he's listening, and it was like now that he was told who his mother was, and that crying, that pitiful cry may stop. You may hear cries of joy, but not that pitiful howling, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But, yeah, it might stop. Or maybe it might continue because he never was able to live a normal life, nor was he ever named. Now, who did you say to me?
So,
Who did you ask me to bring?
well, somebody will work around the table.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody come look at us, all the spirits that are around us, there's plenty of spirits in the room right now that are around us, someone who can kind of tell everybody who the spirits are. and why the spirits are behind us, or with us.
You're talking about your guides?
They're your guides or the spirits. Well, your spirits are, not just the guides, but the spirits also.
Mm-hmm. Well, good knock, Peter. Good knock, everybody. I am Dr. Heinz Ivinston. I go as Dr. Heinz. And I generally can tell all different things that are occurring. And I think I might be able to help you some. Now the original inhabitants of your home were a very loving and very happy couple. In fact, when they were on the earth, they lived long enough together to celebrate the golden wedding anniversary. And then, unfortunately, the wife passed on. But I will tell you, she's a very loving individual. She loved her children very deeply, but she ruled with the rod in her hand as well. Because you see, a lot of times she would come to see her father, which was the owner, after the old homestead was taken away to make room for this home. And he was not around a lot, for he had many talents, he had many things he had to do. He was what you would call today a gentleman farmer. In other words, he did not actually go out and milk cows and put hay in a barn, but he oversaw the workings of the farm that was part of the acreage of this home. And I will stop for a minute. My dear, with your code, if you were to take ginger and garlic and onion and you were to mash them together, very horrible taste, but that will take your cough away within hours.
Thank you.
And so he traveled. He was on agricultural committees. He really enjoyed the business part of running. at all. And I do believe he would have done very well if he went into other types of business as well. So anyway, she was by herself. And when you have 5 children, that's very difficult. So she had to use a rod to say no, or yes, or do, or don't. And that is what puts the discipline in your home today. To make things feel right. For when there is all play, it tends to ruin ideas. On the other hand, if there is all work, it also gives way to problems, to illnesses. For the body cannot stay synchronized. Because you have a body that is 3 to 1. You have the emotional, mental, the spiritual, and a physical body. And when one tends to go out of synchronization, say physically you are not eating healthy, so you start to feel ill. But that finally affects the emotional, mental body. You get depressed, and then you blame the higher power. So then you have to bring it all together and keep it as one. And that is why there is discipline here as well. Now, the young lady sitting at the end of the table, you have a wonderful guide, and she has watched over you from the time you were born. Her name, Eliza, and she protects you, but yet has taught you well, has given you much strength to become so very smart as you are today, and prosperous. Now you, in the lady, you have a coral colored shirt. And you have a Native American man, and he is called young folks. First of all, I might tell to you that a child, when born, is named for an event that might be happening at the time of birth. And more than likely, young folks, there must have been a family of foxes with young that passed by during his birth. He is Blackfoot tribe, and he loves you very deeply. The young lady sitting in the white chair, you have a lovely Asian guide, lady. His beautiful joy. And she teaches you how to love, how to build confidence in who you are and what you've become. And she has saved you from many a tragic situation as you grew into adulthood, into womanhood. And you, my dear, sitting in the middle of this one, you have also a Native American woman. She is Crone, wise woman, her name. She is medicine woman. Now, when there is no shaman in a tribe for one reason or another, the wise woman who works with herbs takes over and becomes like the shaman treating inhabitants. And she is known as medicine woman from then on. And the lady sitting in the other white chair, you have what we would call a guardian angel that is around you very, very much, and the name is Ariel, and most angelic names, and they will end in L sound. There's Raphael, there's Gabriel, there's Uriel. So you see, they all seem to end in L. And she has given to you the confidence to speak your mind and not be frightened of whom you must speak to. And you know what I am talking about. And the woman in the brown shirt. You see, I tend to be going to the ladies first because that is the correct. Ladies come for gentlemen. You see, I was brought up in Austria. I was born in Dusseldorf, and I was taught my manners very well. Now, you have a great-grandmother that is around you all the time, and you favor her. And she guides you, and she watches out for you. She was a lady, a real lady, and she was prim, but she was well kept. She kept herself beautifully, very well, dressed well in her time, and always kept hair up into the bun. And she stays around you so much. But you also have a guide. And a man from Scotland. And his name is Harold. And he keeps you warm, safe. Make sure that you understand how to keep your finances in check.
Let's get Indians, he gets an account.
And you, my dear, you also have a Native American. You're very close to the Native American people. And you have, in fact, two guides that are together. And one is Babbling Brook, because she talked a lot.
Not surprised.
Yes. And her mate, Running Bear.
That's Running Bear, B-A-R-E.
Not bear?
And they are Sioux. And they, as a couple, send you messages. When you see a hawk fly, that is a very good omen, and look for a message to come. Is it a grandfather or a father that has passed on as well?
Is that a question?
Yes.
A grandfather has passed long ago.
Okay. He comes around you a lot. He loved you very dearly. You never really knew him. that he loves you dearly and wanted you to know and not to feel left behind. Now, we have two ladies left. You have the lady with the picture. You have Native American, but this lady is partial. Her father was Native American, her mother was French. And she is known as Little Flower by the Native American people, by the French. She was known as Yvette. And I would not forget you. You have an Irish guide going back to the times of Avalon. Do you remember Avalon and the Druids? Going back to that time. And the name of your guide was Taman. And he was a high priest in the Druid tribe. And he guides you and shows you the simplicity of things, to make things easier for you to accomplish things, and to look for the simplicity in things, and not to think that it is difficult to accomplish your dreams. Now, we have done all the ladies.
Not yet.
Not yet.
One more on your left.
Oh my good Lord. I am so very sorry.
She's playing shy, that's okay.
What? Are you playing shy or do not play shy? Certainly not. First of all, I'm going to say, have you done any of your genealogy, my dear? Go way, way back, and you'll find yourself part of the royal family of England. Woo-hoo. So I guess we're all in front of royalty right now. But also, you also have a guide, a shaman. And his name was Yellow Horse. Now, the mode of transportation of the shaman is a horse. And a horse would be very loyal. And also the shaman is very strong, and can heal many ills and has helped you many times. Many times when you get worn down, he helps you to build yourself back up. And you will have him around you very much. And you will find that even though sometimes a horse might frighten you, you will have an affinity with horses. So now, let's find out if the men who they might have around them. I would like to talk to you first.
Okay, Bill, I'm sorry.
This man has a well-known historic figure for a guide.
Like duck.
Caesar.
Oh, gee. Uh-oh, the point.
And need I say more except that you find that you are sometimes very interested in history. That is why. That is why. Have you written a book?
I think about it, not yet.
You think about it, and you think about it, and you procrastinate.
I'm very good at that.
Well, now I think you need to write it, for it could be published within 1 year.
Oh, wow.
So I think it needs to be written.
Let's get a suggestion on topic. I have a lot of thoughts.
You put the thoughts together, and if you need an anthology, maybe you might write.
Thank you.
The gentleman at the end of the day, yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Trouble. He needs a lot of guys.
You do not want your guide.
No, I didn't. Wait, so many questions. How do you get a guy? Like, how did he get
You can't barter.
Are
This
you
is not
getting a
bartering.
guide, or do you choose? Like, I'm curious how you get
They
a guide.
choose you.
They choose you.
Oh, this will be interesting to see who Chris's guy is.
Ooh, Chris needs a whole busload.
You didn't drink too much, did you? Go let it go by. Tomorrow we'll talk about it.
They do. They choose.
They choose you.
You. Also, do you like to travel when you can?
Yes.
What happens if you have a guide that is trying to force you into traveling, to tell you where to go, so that you may understand different activities, things that have happened in history, things that may happen in history. He will tell you, is there going to be a storm? tsunami and the like. And you have a Hawaiian night.
What's his name or her name?
Already his name is Iewa. 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 He spent a lot of time on Birmingham. In fact, unfortunately, that is what took his life. It erupted.
I'm fascinated by volcanoes, categories, and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Hello, sir. You have not looked at me in the eye tonight, eh? What is your name?
Michael.
Michael, that's a good, strong name. You have a strong name for the English side or the Italian side, if you wish. And I for the German Yiddish kind. And no, I'm not from the Heinz 57 variety.
A lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's his first name, though.
So now, Michael, you have a well-known guide, a guardian angel. All know this guardian angel is Gabriel. Now Gabriel is a messenger. And in a lot of ways you are like Gabriel. For you like to talk, and you do devout messages. He is your, so he is your guide, but you have a grandmother that comes around you a lot, very lot. Just to show her love and to see that you are all right. George, you want another guide?
Sure. Always.
Because I just cannot see, as I'm going around the table, to forget you. And this time, you have an old English minister. Pastor Raybon is his name. Thomas is his birth name. But he is the man that keeps the spiritual side of you and the home. For you see, Sarah did have a spiritual side as And the reason she did not like other owners, for they did not carry the spiritual side.
Just in time.
Just in time.
Now,
It's British royalty, who's got no
you have, first and foremost, a great-great-grandfather who carried on the lineage of those that worked very, very hard as fishermen. And I wish to tell you, you have a very important guide. Peter the fisherman is your guide. As you work with your hands, so does he not. And that is how you get help in your, you accomplish many things. Hello.
Hi there.
As you have been sitting patiently and waiting, you have a Native American guide. It's about his name is Yellow Cat.
Yellow cat.
Yellow Cat.
I think you want to.
No, not a little. No. That is the name for a bobcat.
Oh, bobcat, okay.
Yeah, yellow cat. You are in the bobcat clan.
Okay.
That's yellow, Don, it's yellow pussy.
Never mind, George, okay? Phase him out. Focus. Focus.
And you are being held by a Micmac. But that
Micmac Indian?
Micmac,
Yeah.
Native American.
Yep.
Yes. And you will find that you will be able to practice a lot of the magic of the Micmac
Really?
with his help. But he is chief of his tribe.
Chief in the house.
Right, no,
Well, they call me Chief Tuck.
right, yes.
Thank you.
Good.
You're welcome.
Oh, last one. Trouble.
And what is your name?
John.
Hi, John. I am doing very well.
They call me Chief Tuck. Absolutely.
Really?
And
Yeah, that's so cool.
you have a guide that is very, very important to many. For you see, he was a carpenter. His name is Joseph.
Well,
Wow.
no pressure
Go
there.
right to the top.
And he will always be around you, helping you, saving you, teaching.
Yeah, he's one of the saving.
Yeah.
Teaching you, I don't think so. You got it all.
He's not a attic.
I got this kid.
So now, my ladies and gentlemen, I can hear that the Honorable Mr. Brown will say a couple of words before we close, if that is fine for you. So it has been my distinct pleasure to have met all of you. I hope you understand my English. I have problems speaking English, but you see, although I did go to Austria University, and I was captured in World War II, and I have a number like everybody else, but I just wanted to say that. And that would be for another session to talk about that, because it goes for a long time. So with that, I thank all of you for being patient.
Before you go, can you bring through someone who can talk about either the past lives of a few of the people here, or even the future of some of the people here?
I will not go to the future, and I am going to tell you why. You are the holders of your own destiny. You can change what you don't like. You can change what is holding you back. But can I talk about past life? I can. I will talk briefly. Peter,
Yes.
choose 2 or 3 people for me.
In my hand.
Pick her. Pick the Irish girl. The Irish girl.
All right, you 2 ladies.
Okay, go ahead.
2 ladies. You want her to as well?
She really does.
Yeah, her.
She does too, really. She does.
All right. What is your name again?
Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. That is a beautiful name. Let us bring you back to the times when the pyramids were being built. And then, it was then that you were a child, and there was a servant that was serving a king and queen, and they took a liking to you, for your mother was murdered, and of course passed away, and you were 5, you did not know where to go, what to do. They raised you, and you became a princess, and you lived a very well-to-do life back in the time of the young boy Pat. All right, now. You lived back in 1600s. You came over on Mayflower boat. Mayflower boat. And you were part of the lost Jamestown.
Lost colony.
The lost colony of Jamestown. And for many years you wandered because you did not know where you were going, what had happened. You did not realize that you were not on the earth plane anymore until somebody took you and showed you to go to light. And that is where you were. Both of these ladies are very intent individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No word of a lie.
You were a Native American, but you were a Native American, and you were twins.
You're finally a twin!
I know, thank you.
Stop
I was born
complaining.
in the middle of 3 sets of twins,
She has,
and I had no twins.
and she's been very, it has been forever a, I think an emotional problem. Issue. Yes, you have
I
felt
went to
left
school
out.
and I thought there was something wrong with me, and then
Yeah,
I found
she
out
felt
they
left
were
out.
the freaks, not me.
Okay.
Right. But you two
We were twins?
were twins, and you both were part of the Lakota Sioux, the Oglala tribes of South Dakota. And your father at the time was Jesus. So you were taught very well. And you were child one, you were child two, you were called Moonchild. You were called Little Moon.
Wait a minute. Little
Moon.
Moon. Oh, she's Big Moon.
I'm number one.
She was the first child born, the first children. So,
I have a question.
yes,
Can I ask a question?
of course, me.
How does our past connections influence who we are today? Why is it significant that we are twins?
How'd we end up together again?
Because I'm
Because
sick of her.
first of all, what happens is groups of people travel together
Through many lives.
through many lives. And that is how you all come together again. Everybody in this room travels together, or nobody would be sitting here tonight asking for pre-lost lifetime.
Interesting.
Ooh, I have another question.
That's a third one.
She
right
did
now.
say we were in town.
What?
So I was not a black woman from the South, seriously, because I keep saying black, my book club swears I was a black woman from the South.
You are not a black woman from the South, but you had I would say, grandfather, great-grandfather, who married a black woman.
Mm-hmm. Good enough. Thank you.
And that is where that comes in. So you can go back to the book club and tell them, oh, it's not me. I know who it is.
Okay, George says I murdered him in a past life.
Whoa. Okay, let's do it.
Turn it into.
No.
That's the future.
You did not murder him in the
I
past.
knew I wasn't capable, but
Did you give him a hard time at one time?
that could very well be.
Absolutely. You were sister and brother? Ooh. And it was in 1750.
Wow.
There you go.
And I have to say that you were the elder, but you would blame everything on your brother. So he would get the beating, the thrashing, and you would not.
Seems fair. Seems fair.
How's the energy? Okay.
Energy is all right for now. It is.
What's the note that we don't maintain the same gender?
And you were a baker's son? Yes.
My father worked for the bakery.
Is that not funny?
Bond bread, he used to deliver bond bread, and he worked for Fantini Bakery.
Very good, very good.
You're very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, one more. Who are we going to choose?
Him. Yeah.
Which one is him?
Chief.
Oh, the chief.
This is my tribe.
This is your tribe?
Yellow tribe. I take them to Foxwoods all the time.
Or the woods in Foxwoods are very good. Have you been to the Son of Mohegan?
Yes, I have, but he don't pay, so I go back to the woods. I like donating to the kids at the woods.
Yes, absolutely.
Very deprived children. You know.
Oh, yes, yes. And hopefully they will give it back to you.
They give it to my wife, but I'm just a donator.
I see. They give it to the wife, but not you?
No.
Is that fair?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. You know, as we know, we've had many lives, and it's fun to join, and it's very much fun to laugh about it, but in a sense we have to be a little serious because what we have done in the past life can affect what we do today. And we come back time and time again to try to fix things that we might have made mistakes. But you were a professor. I will go back to the time that you worked with Nathaniel Hawthorne. Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
You worked with him. He was kind of mentally ill man. But
I lived in Salem, Mass for 30 years.
I
That's
see.
where he lives.
I see. So you worked with him
Mm-hmm.
and you tried to help him. but he was still a depraved man, a sad man. But you did your best. And you taught many a child, many of the upper crust, the judges, the keepers. You know what I'm trying to say. So that is what it is. But the energy for this is getting a little low. I would like to say I love you all. I thank you very much. And it is in my heart that I hope I see you all again. And I leave you all with great blessings. What?
How you feeling?
I don't know. Is it all right?
Yeah,
Is it okay?
I believe so.
Oh.
You fell asleep on us.
I guess I did. I knew I was tired.
You feel tired out?
Yes and no.
The first time she did that, she fell asleep. Years ago. Or she thought she did. Somebody came through and was talking to me. But she woke up, she thought, after he left.
Interesting.
And you didn't remember
Mm-mm.
after it?
Not a thing.
That's so cool.
In fact, I'm a nurse. So what I did is, when you're working in a hospital, you get to know, all the doctors and everything else. So I went to one of the psychiatrists and I said, because the book Sybil had been out,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're thinking, oh my God, multiple personalities.
Share a bunch.
Am I bipolar?
Yeah, what's
Or
wrong with
manic
me?
depressive,
Right.
So anyway, I just asked, do testing. He said, oh, come on. I said, please, please, please. And he did. He said, Pat, you're sickeningly normal. So, then I had to believe that Peter was right. Okay? So that's how that all came to be.
Do you like being able to do this?
Yes, because I think it's a gift from God.
I do too, yeah.
And I find that if I can help someone, then what a great gift,
Yeah.
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 But if I was to misuse it, I think it'd be a very sad tragedy.
Yes.
I really do.
It wouldn't work if you don't.
I probably, right.
I have something too.
So that's how it, all began. And it's just been, very different. But before I lose all energy, I don't know whether he can come through or wants to come through, but Warren, he basically wants to point out that the reason if you look, his mother's name was Sarah. His wife's name, the same. And he was an only child and really, he might have been considered today a mom's boy. He's saying he's not coming through, Peter. I don't know why. No, he's not coming through.
Should be on it.
Okay. Good evening, I think she was listening very well to what I had to say. And sometimes men look to marry someone like their mother. And I loved my mother very much. And if you notice, not only did I find a woman that was like my mother, their first names were the same. Only my Sarah was a Norris who grew up in New Hampshire. Grew up in, I believe, a lot of times around Raymond and the like. And I loved her, or love her, I should say. For love never dies, nor is there a true death. We just pass from one stage to another. And to make a long story short, there isn't anything I would not have given my Sarah. The only thing I could not give her was to give back a child that passed away. I don't know if anybody knows. The child was born 16 weeks, and of course, not survived. This child lived maybe 1 hour and devastated her badly. And I thought that Sunnyside and the joy was over. Till we had children that of course survived, as you all know. And they are the love of our lives. They brought the sunshine in, as well as a few thorns in our side. But they were wonderful. And they loved their life here. And I am sure that you see them all the time. Yes, they grew up to have lives of their own, but they all travel back here.
And we had children that lived from, say, 16 straight through to Dorothy, who died, and she was somewhere in her 90s. She passed away, ladies and gentlemen, in a time frame that you all could relate to. 2011, you all could relate to that. And I must say that if we could only be on this plane at this time, we would be absolutely thrilled with all you've done. The new building, some of the contraption I'm not sure of, but but it is a phenomenal work of art what you have done here. There have been many people that have come, owned this place and gone. And they really go because we scare the hell out of them. If we like you, we'll be gentle. And we do. You are the first and only owner after the house passed from family that we all sat down, had our own little meeting, and decided you were the very best owner we could have, and that we would all be very, very sad. It would be very tragic if you were to walk away. For we would miss you. You have never asked any of us to leave. You have welcomed us here and kept us here. And at times I wonder to where the farms were, and just to take a look. I so loved the farms and the growing of the food. But it's over, you know, and now we're here, and you start a new generation for which we're pleased. Sarah is so pleased. She tells me how easy it is to work with you. Thank you. So she can be very touchy, very much the perfectionist. So thank you. Thank you all. And we hope you've enjoyed our house and the evening that was planned for you. Good evening to each and every one of you. He left kind of rough. He left rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
All right. You know, a little tired, but I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, I think if I was to bring anybody else through, it might not be a quality of, you know, we want things perfect. We want things, you know, we want the spirit to have a body that has, you know, is their vehicle that has a lot of energy, the right energy. And I noticed that the energy is beginning to dwindle. And to be honest with each and every one of you, you know, I normally, you know, wouldn't say that. But, you know, just to let you know that I really think that as far as bringing somebody straight through like that, I'm done.
Thank you.
Well, I guess you can go back to your party, you know?
This is very much a part of it, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
For her not to go into
So
Yes, I really like that.
Well, yeah, he was cool.
It's a big difference because she can almost anybody.
Michelle, which one do you enjoy? I'm going to get you. Now you gotta bring like masks and
Now, Pat, does anybody in your family have the same gift that you
I was adopted and nobody, of course, that I know of my adopted family, but in my birth family, I have one half sister who is psychic, Lori, but not like me. Really, I haven't seen anybody in my family that's like me, but I think it could have been passed from a grandmother or a great-grandmother to me that I just don't know about and haven't had a chance to ask, you know?
Do you see visions in dreams or
Oh,
talk
yeah.
a lot of things like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to ready for it?
Yeah, I do. Like I'll have a dream and I'll say, you know, I have a dream that I can't shake, then I know it means something.
Right.
You know, and I'll tell them. Or if I tell them that I was just meditating and I kept seeing something. Or if I was overtired, somebody was talking, I was falling asleep, but not as if I could see. Say I see a room all pink or something, I'll tell them, you know, that can bring a lot of, different things. Does it mean am I gonna find a pink room? Am I gonna pick something pink? Or does it mean the Christ? Because he also goes with Christ.
We should
Take
get
a long
rest. These are times I'm supposed to.
She'll disappear.
All that hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's not
What was
here.
yours?
By the time we get there,
And you're like, oh,
But she You must have to exercise a lot of discipline. You must have to exercise a lot of discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
Hey, Lori, I hope we weren't.
you don't channel like that
I know we weren't.
unless there's somebody
The
with
furthest
you.
thing now is just put a whole
Because
light on there. I'm like,
it's the norm, especially to bring somebody else's guys.
yeah, I don't know.
Because we don't know, nobody knows what they're gonna be like. And they might not wanna leave. They might say, hey, I've got a body now, you know?
Oh, right.
Wondering about that.
Nowhere to go.
So is he here to kind of shoot it away?
Do you get bad things come, you know, you must get bad energy. Try to,
I've had them all, absolutely, but we do a lot of house
They're
clearing.
saying, what do you call it?
And yes, that's when, you know, some you can sit down and talk to and ask them nicely, others you cannot do it in that manner.
Yeah.
You know, there's other things you have to do. You know,
this is a question for you. I noticed that even though they're newer construction,
Like, what's the?
I find that there's usually bad energy in a room, not the whole house, but a room.
oh, yeah, sure. So that means you're someone that haunts.
Have you all gone wrong?
you saying no?
Yeah, like my parents' home, there's one room that I definitely pick up energy in. And in my home, there's one room I pick up energy in.
See, everybody has guides, everybody. So maybe one of the guides is, you know, up to
One of the guys is
par. May
in,
not be up to the level you want.
right.
You know, we cleared a house one time, and we found out that it was an older man in the house, and he was awful. He almost strangled the girl's husband. The little, they had a new baby that would not sleep.
Yeah.
Well, finally we cleared him, and we found out all he was looking for was his wife. And he thought that, you know, the girl was his wife and was trying to strangle the guy. Don't you touch my wife, you know? And we finally told him where she was. She was in a rest home. And so we cleared the house out. I got a letter from her a few days later saying, that day you were there, that night the baby slept the whole night through for the first time and continues to do so. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't sleep in the house.
Yeah. You know, things like that happen.
To use that, your abilities that way, that is such a gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real gift.
Yeah. Now the child in the basement that was crying,
Yeah,
the child was murdered.
yeah.
And
Break your mojo.
why did the child go to heaven when it died?
Why didn't it?
Yeah. Why did it get stuck in this realm?
Because for one reason, the child chose not to, or the child didn't know he was dead.
Right. So can you help the child? Has
To
the child?
go, yeah, if George said yes, send him out of here, send him on his way.
Isn't that a good thing to send him on his way? No-
A lot of times, yeah,
Yeah.
or he finds it himself, or maybe he doesn't want to anymore. He might, you know, if he finds out why he was murdered, or why he stays here, you know, maybe he'll want to go, or maybe he doesn't, or he's waiting for someone to tell him where to go.
Mm.
Oh, he's looking for something.
You would think his mom would help him, come and look for him.
Yeah, I don't know if she's dead. She might be
I believe so.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, she could.
Did you know he didn't have?
But, you know,
Yeah, rather than-
you have to be a certain level over, you know, on the other side before
Yeah.
they let you come back here.
I understand.
You know, or before they let you become a guide or something.
He's a lot, so he was never.
You know, there's a lot of work in it, you know?
Oh,
When,
really?
when,
Yeah.
and when you're a guide and the person you're guiding passes on, what happens? Do you go get another number to pick another person to guide?
Like having them hang out.
It
Good
depends.
question.
It depends if you choose to do that, or if you choose to go higher on the other side, or you choose to come back.
Oh.
You know, there's a choice that you make.
I know.
It must be so frustrating for a guide if their advice is falling on deaf ears.
Yep, but
Such
they know
as somebody
that.
that has a drug addiction.
Exactly, but yet,
I know you're volcano.
I can't even imagine.
You think I'm disappointing Caesar?
Yeah.
Would you say?
You think I'm disappointing Caesar?
But seriously, I assume they have to see it through to
The
the
bar's a
end.
little high. I'm
Right,
sorry.
right.
So,
Because
how,
they've made the
they've
contract.
made the commitment, right?
What's the
Yeah.
face, the dead
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
I've always thought about that.
Yeah, it's just like, we made the commitment.
It's like a mother to a child.
Exactly,
A mother,
exactly.
you can leave them the water, but you can't make
They
them
can
drink.
Oh, that's
Exactly.
But you're on the hook.
But yeah, but you see it all the way through.
Right,
And the guys get one person.
just like,
Yeah.
Guys get one
until,
person.
until one of us
Appears that
dies,
way, but not always.
Oh.
So they get guide
we've,
multiple people.
and when one of us dies, we've seen it through.
Yeah.
That's not bad, they're Jesus' father.
It's
Yeah.
always interesting how we're all connected, like, no one is an accident.
Right.
Right, it's, nothing is by accident.
Everybody in an elevator. I always look around and you know
Yes.
you're meant to be in that elevator together for a reason.
Yep,
A season, it might be a short season, it's 3 minutes, but
yeah, exactly, exactly. And, I was a coach for the Special Olympics. And, we were at BU, and the elevators were old. And I was in the elevator with about, 8 kids, you know. And there was one Down syndrome kid could hear his sister when the elevator got stuck about, you know, that much, you know, between the floor. And they had to call the fire department. But anyway, kept calling his sister hollering, I have to go bathroom, I have to go bathroom. You know, and I think what it was, come get me now, and he was trying to open the door, and I'm trying to get him to calm down. And finally, they came over the door and had to help us up onto, you know, the platform.
Yeah.
And I don't like elevators very much anymore.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be pretty scary.
That was scary. That was scary. But yeah, you're right. You look around, and you almost wonder. Like I look back on that, and I said, why was I put there with those kids?
That's right.
You know, I got them to sing songs, and
That's-
remember when
That's
she was with me, and that. And I got the kids to sing, and you know, it was about an hour or so before they came.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you always understand why the significance of the connection of people in your life? Do
Do I
you,
always? No, I don't always, but
like, what your relationship was in past lives?
after a while, when I stop and I think about it, you know, if I sit back and I think about it, and like there might be people that I really didn't like at all, and I really wonder why. Why were they in my life? For what?
Mm-hmm.
For what? You know, and yeah, it makes you really, you learn from it. You do, you learn.
Do you always find out why? Or no? But you just know that person was an irritant maybe in my past life.
Right,
Was
could
not
have,
good
could have done
energy or-
something,
Yeah.
yeah, and is continuing to do the same. And for some reason, either I have a lesson for them or they will miss it.
Right.
And nothing is by coincidence. Yep,
Gator's
Interesting.
Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, everything has a purpose.
Yeah, yeah,
We're here to learn.
right.
It's a hard lesson.
What?
Lessons are
Yeah.
hard.
There's no point.
Were they hard? And only the hard ones are the ones you learn.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're smart.
Yeah,
If
I
you
wanna
people go
learn.
through garbage
Yeah.
and never learn because they're stubborn.
true.
That's true.
You know, they just don't want to learn, they think they know it all.
That's it in a
There's no
nutshell.
books for them.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I watch Patty's energy because she just got out of the hospital.
Oh.
Several big operations.
Oh, yeah, I noticed the scarring on your neck.
Yeah, yeah, that's one. And I just had a big back operation.
Okay.
Big deal.
And,
Anything?
Big deal. Or
we
your-
found the mount
All right.
there, and I'm going
It's Elsie?
on the 8th for,
I know.
an MRI. What it might be, whether they're gonna
Okay,
take it
princess.
out and leave it, or what it is.
Well,
Good luck with that, yeah.
No, the funny thing is, after a big operation, about 3 hours after, I walk into her room. She could barely function, but they could speak through her.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I was
So-
wondering, once she sedated, what would happen?
No, they
Yeah.
can speak right through her.
Ooh, then it's like the doors are wide
Yeah.
open.
Yeah,
Because you really can't protect yourself.
absolutely not, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although, if you remember, like, I remember before surgery to close the door to the psychic center.
Right, right.
You know, like, before going to bed at night, I'll say, look,
Like in your mind, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm closing the door to the psychic center. I'll open it tomorrow. But for tonight,
Good
I need
night.
to sleep. I don't want anybody coming through.
Yeah.
You have to shut off or be on your
Oh,
mind.
yeah.
don't-
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're a vehicle, so people are gonna use it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Do you ever meet somebody and like then someone wants to come through so badly to communicate with that individual?
Yes, yeah, I had it happen. I do readings also in Salem.
Yeah.
And, this, girl came in. And, yeah, there was, her husband who had just passed on and wanted to come in so bad. Now there, I usually just listen, and I'm telling him, all of a sudden, he just popped through and talked to him. But he was a gentleman and left, thank God, because, you know, Peter wasn't there.
Yeah.
But, yes, so that does happen.
So Salem does have a lot of energy.
Salem, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
Not necessarily positive, though.
No, I would imagine
Right.
not. I would
No.
imagine.
The witch trials of 1692.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my sister used to live in Salem. I used to stay for weeks. And,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That was all the whole area, that was Salem Village.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
Danvers, Peabody, the whole.
Where did you go when you projected?
I felt myself leaving my body.
Now, where did you go?
Oh, where did I go?
You went upstairs.
I went upstairs
To a bedroom that was upstairs.
to a bedroom that was upstairs.
That was, yeah, I didn't expect her to.
She didn't expect me to do it.
And how did you return? How did that happen? Did you wish to do it and that's why it came? Maybe your desire was so strong.
Because that'd be like a fun trip. I'd be like, see you later.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
Bahamas, here I come.
Yeah.
It was, and when I came back, it felt like I came back real gentle.
Mm.
I think a lot of people have that experience at different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have psychic abilities too, or
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, big time.
He's very strong.
Big time.
he's just the quiet type sitting there?
Yeah.
But he uses it.
Oh, one time I did leave my body. I was sleeping on a bed, Well, naturally.
I didn't know.
But anyway, I got up to the ceiling, felt like I was floating up to the ceiling, and I was pushing myself off the ceiling, because the door was right here. I didn't want to go out that door. But it's saying that come back to my body, it's almost like swimming hard. But it's very hard to get back.
Ooh, that'd be scary.
Yeah, it was. I was nervous. Yeah.
Stay away from the light.
Yeah, right.
But that ceiling seemed to stop me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, in this world, when you have certain fears and anxieties, do they come from previous experiences?
I think so. Yeah. I definitely feel that. And maybe you're here to try to overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Don't you think so, Peter?
What was it again?
If you come here with, and you have some fears and anxieties, it's a lot from the past.
Yeah, a lot of it.
That you brought with you, yeah.
Somebody down the ask a question.
Yes.
When I was 21, I had meningitis. I went to a coma, and I passed. And my brother was there, but here's the weird thing. When I came back, I can never wear a watch again. I fry a watch. Why do I fry a watch? My wife bought me a watch. My mom's bought. Everyone buys me watches. My dad bought me this really nice watch. I told him don't do it, and I fry it. Why do I fry the watch? It dies.
You got a lot of energy coming from there. That's for sure.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
I don't think it was necessarily a near-death experience. That. Now, I will tell you, I had one that I've had more too, but I had one that I distinctly remember. I was on the operating table. I have unappearing malformation, and they were doing a Chiari surgery, and 80%, all of a sudden, 80% of the cortex of the brain stopped functioning. And I found myself floating above the body, and I felt like I was dancing, and I'm going, oh my God, look what they've done to my arm. They paralyzed it. Why would they do something like that, you know? And then, the next thing I know, it was 3 days later, and they had put me in an induced coma on a vent. And 3 days later, I woke up and I thought it was still the same day. And the physician's assistant came in. I said, you know, that something strange happened. I said, I think I dreamt that my arm got paralyzed. I said, that was weird. She said it wasn't a dream. They touched something and it actually happened, but they fixed it. And then, as a nurse, I should have remembered that you don't dream when you're under anesthesia. So, that was, a near-death experience. Now, when 80% of your cortex stopped functioning, they had to stop the operation, close me up, and that was it. But it did not affect my gifts. No surgery has ever affected the gifts that I have.
Oh, you were a semi-coma. I can still speak right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
Who came through
When
when you were in the coma?
In the coma was Dr. Hines. Yeah, came right through her.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I said I didn't remember that.
He could speak through her. She looked like she was fine. She looked like she was just
Really?
there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So could he help see what's wrong with her at all?
Well, he did a number of times. In fact, I used to have the hematos. He fixed them. Straightened them right out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never got sick in my life. I never took a pill, nothing. But he used to work on it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So the guy from Kenya, what was his tie to this whole thing?
He's the leader, I guess.
When you want, like, what?
He's the gatekeeper, her gatekeeper. That's her main guy.
Oh, okay, okay.
I wondered that
The
too.
tie is to you,
Yeah.
not
Right.
to anyone in this room?
No.
Okay.
He's the first one I heard with her. Came right through the first one.
So he's her guide?
Yeah, he introduced himself to me, and she was, thought she was asleep.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Started talking to a guy that was from the
Yeah.
1800s
Yeah.
in Kenya.
The only thing I don't like is, he'll tell Peter that he sees personally, doesn't need my glasses, and he whips them off.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
he can, punch a wall, sorry. My, my elbow.
Can you get energy from other people, like if we were all to hold hands, just,
Oh yeah, of course you can.
yeah?
And you can get energy, you can feel
Well,
it.
that's if you're doing a healing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can feel it as well, you know? You know? And usually it's left hand up, which is the receiving hand, and the right hand is the giving hand down. So she would put her right hand like this,
Mm-hmm,
and Peter up. See?
yeah,
That's how it would go.
okay.
Oh, what was it again? Left up, right down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they stay attuned to what's going on in the world too. That they seem to know
Sure.
even from their point in history.
They,
Yeah,
I would
they get
think that-
Fox up there.
I
Fox
guess.
News, yeah.
I don't think they're that conservative.
Okay, now why does my grandfather make a big deal out of her? What?
Cause I'm
What's
special.
the deal?
you're not-
Because she's a twin, you're not.
I'll kill you. Never mind your wife.
Your grandfather what?
He really digs her, but he has nothing to say to me.
Maybe she's an idiot.
I don't know.
Sympathy.
Thank God I wasn't there. I don't know, unless it's something that he, probably wanted her to know for some reason, you know,
Mhm.
maybe.
She's needy, yeah.
That could be, seriously, it could be.
I outed you. I'm just
Oops,
kidding.
oops, oops.
I outed
No,
you.
she's not.
Which Sarah was it?
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think much. I think I'll be leaving at this
Sarah's
man
mother was
with
the mother
you.
of Warren, so she
Yeah.
does go through.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So this is Sarah, the lady that.
Sarah the
Oh,
wife,
okay, so
yeah.
Sarah was
The
later.
lady,
on.
yeah.
Hey, I thought she asked you to do a little bit of psychic reading.
That's what got, rumors out back. It's not done yet, though.
Didn't she say at the beginning she wanted someone in this house to do
I will.
some of the
I
reading?
will, but you're not in your special attire.
Well, I think she said
Little-
now.
Little running bear.
I think she said now.
You do readings too?
No, I don't. But you had
Babbling Brook
suggested
one day.
that someone in this house do a reading, unless I totally misread it. Did I misread it? Did I mishear it?
Probably not.
No.
I don't remember, but no.
Yeah, I thought so. So I was like, ooh, it's going to be the George show.
It's always the George
I was
show.
I think he's kind of slacking. I think he needs a little metal rod.
He's shy. I know. Spare the rod.
John, you have a little rod for tomorrow?
Do you have sense of these catastrophic events? Like, I know you don't like to do you ever get anything like,
Oh, I get, there are times I get this pit in my stomach,
There's more water here.
and I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
yeah?
And I feel kind of, uh-oh,
Am
you
I
know?
on the spot?
You know, something, I'll tell, remember I said to you something's gonna happen? And a lot of times it does.
Okay.
Yeah. But this isn't always, you know, but when it does, you know, I know something isn't right, something's gonna happen.
Do you love doing what you do?
Do I what?
Do you love doing this?
Of
Or
course.
do you feel it's just a service?
No, if I didn't like doing it, they wouldn't have me do it.
Yeah.
Because I would not be giving you my best.
Yeah.
You know, it's very easy,
Go.
but it's difficult for somebody else.
Yeah.
Very easy.
One more.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, was it Fred or Edgar coming through? Maybe it was Fred. I bet it was
Been up
Fred.
in Fred.
We have two grandfathers, so I was wondering which one it was.
She's shivering.
It's the one I didn't know.
Was he short or tall?
Fred is my father's grandfather, and he was a total jerk.
How do you get two grandfathers?
Everybody has two grandfathers, your mother.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Maternal side, you're lucky maternal side, I heard.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
we figured.
I knew it.
Yeah, we figured. You know, it's funny, when you
Fred's
told me
such a
my
jerk.
guide and you said she was Native American, and then you were trying to get the other side of it, before you said it, a voice in my head said French, yelled out French, and then
Yeah.
you said French.
Absolutely, that's good.
Yeah.
They were giving you the
Girl,
message.
No, seriously.
They were giving you the message.
So when you said French, I nodded because it's exactly what resonated in my head.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
have French already.
But yet, yeah.
And
But-
you are French.
Yeah, I am, but it
But
could.
you're not French?
No.
What?
No, I can't.
Check her leg. She's French.
Not after, not after, not after,
What does that mean?
laser.
You did?
Yeah.
I got it. Here you go, Jennifer.
Did you break the machine?
Not in there.
Oh,
Can I get you anything?
Yes.
Jennifer, be on the.
When somebody's passed
What?
and they're,
You
you feel them that they've been around for a while,
Jennifer, George will throw over a birthday quiz.
and then you don't feel them anymore.
All it is now they've gone on,
That's degrading to a princess.
either they found the light and they've gone through and they, you know, they've gone strictly to the other side.
Yep.
And, but will they come if you call them? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah, they will come.
So they were lingering, maybe. So she felt someone, they were lingering, they were still here, they hadn't gone to the other
Right,
side.
right.
What makes them linger?
Could be a number of things, huh?
Oh, they seem to visit.
No, after
everybody
just
that-
passing, Peter.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
They seem to visit.
Now,
Yeah, I felt that, I felt the visits.
now I'll tell you, when my mother passed away, she passed away, it was like 4:05 in the afternoon. And I had two of her friends come to me and I called them to let them know that, you know, she passed away. They said, I know. And both of them had gone, both of them were Catholic. They went to other,
That's what
each went to a different church. But both said that during the communion, that they felt and saw my mother and they knew she had gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Is this was your adopted mom? Or
Yeah,
your biological
my,
mom?
no, my adopted mother. That, you know, that was Marie, Riley, and Marsha.
Right.
When my mom passed, my father, she had a heart attack. It kind of slowly came on that night. She wasn't feeling well, not knowing it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
They kind of just thought she was not feeling well. And when my dad heard her gurgling, he gave her CPR.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he was giving her CPR, he was pumping and pumping and pumping, and she transformed in front of him into a young woman. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said she looked, all of a sudden, she had a glow about her, and she looked like 20 years younger.
Yeah.
And her face was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was 81.
Now, when my mother passed, after she passed,
Okay,
she
it's on the
looked,
ground, let it go.
oh,
Yeah, sure.
This was, my mother hadn't completely passed at that point. The ambulance was coming. They were trying to bring her back in the ambulance.
If you're gonna go there, might as well
They
look.
figured they felt she was still viable.
yeah.
So, but when my dad, before they came, my dad was giving her CPR. I mean, the end result was she was gonna die. But he said, I mean, in the moment he's giving CPR, he's not thinking of anything else.
Yeah.
So for him to pick that up, you
It's
know,
pretty amazing.
to make that aware.
Right, she wanted him to remember her
I told her, I said,
dad.
you know, sure.
Yeah.
Then at that age.
Yeah.
And how she looked then.
And my daughter, who I feel has and has been told that she has
Yeah.
a third eye,
down there, I know.
dreamt about my mom
Isn't that great?
wearing a yellow dress and very high heels. And my mom, she's short, and she always wanted to wear high heels, and she used to comment to me when I used to wear them, because it used to drive her crazy, because she couldn't wear them anymore.
Yeah.
But she made a big deal of showing my daughter Allison her heels. And she told me the dream, and she didn't realize what it was about. And I'm like, Mom is just trying to say she's, young. She's wearing the heels she wants. She feels great. She's happy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Making a big deal about wearing the high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And she was vain. She would want Dad to remember her younger. I
Who
think.
wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? But
Yeah.
she
My
didn't
husband will
care.
give me CPR on my boobs. Remember this, baby?
Come on, you're the princess.
Exactly.
Just like a palace.
I was trying to imagine that.
Anna Nicole?
I'm gonna have to put that in my book.
During that era.
Oh, yeah, no,
No, I'm not proud of yourself.
Oh, Jill had a title. I was laughing because she whispered to me. 52 Shades of Caesar.
50 Shades.
Oh, 50 Shades of Caesar.
Oh, yeah, that's your book. Everybody will read it, trust me. Good point. Everyone will read it.
I'm gonna have to get
There must have been, a lot of sides to them. So it could be a play on words.
That's right, right.
You gotta throw in a Stevie chapter though. Just
Right.
It's gotta be a
So
Stevie
you're the
chapter.
female Moses.
Yeah.
You know what happened to Moses?
It's about 6 weeks long.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember when Cinderella was
What genre have you thought about writing
I
about?
have all sorts of
enjoyed
things.
it.
Technical
Good.
things. I have
Very glad you enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
My mind's a busy place.
Yeah.
So that's
How
why.
often do you do it? How often
It's
do
funny
you
because
do
I'm
readings?
Italian on both
Really?
sides.
Like per week? Do you do one every week?
But I've said that
Oh,
very
yeah,
seriously.
yeah,
I feel like
I do
I
read it
connect to
now.
that period.
Yeah.
Now,
I've connected to that period.
where I work
I joke with her. I say, well, I think we were just peasant farmers and that got this.
Yeah.
But my mom
No,
tells me
no, I
that
didn't
there's something to do with the
Yeah.
warrior
Yeah.
side of it.
now,
Yeah.
It's just weird.
from the 1st of October to the 31st,
I was behind.
I
I want
do
to set
this
things
for
straight.
every
There's just so
day.
many screwed up things in the world.
What show
Yeah.
is it?
Exactly.
It's called Artists of Botanical,
I need to be
and
king.
it's near the
I'm
Hospital
sorry?
I think I
Hotel.
need to be king.
Near the
Good luck with
Hospital
that.
Hotel.
I was just like, we're on the wrong line for this.
And, I just, we have that.
Win sometimes,
And now we'll see her summary.
We probably beat the heck out of each other in the womb because we're like oil and water. About a lot of things. We're just
Economy isn't
stubborn.
that wonderful.
But we're a lot alike
So it may
too.
not be that great, you
George
know.
and my sister.
Oh, I know.
Where'd you fly?
Why don't you stay the same
Yeah,
day?
when I
It seems like it. I'd like to know that. I couldn't imagine being a man. I don't feel it. You know what I mean? I can't.
I had a room.
It's funny, my book club named Sister and Black Woman because when I go into my funny voice, it's always this.
So if your grandfather or great
and,
Yeah.
Would not make you.
Someone said what, 600?
Yeah.
I'm like,
And,
really?
I'm not saying I can't stand.
Unless it was a map.
I can't break to save my house.
I'm half part of the
right, you
Australian,
know what I
so.
mean?
Oh, right. Do you want to murder? You ever want to murder somebody?
I do, yeah.
Do you like watching all those movies?
I grew up with a lot of that stereotype in my life, so
No, really? Yeah, see, I look at it as history. I don't look at it as, you know. I mean, look at Whitey Bulger. He was Italian. He's every bit like, you know.
my father was in the same social club
Same social club.
as Whitey.
Oh yeah, my dad lived around the corner from him.
Yeah. So it was,
It is, but-
I
But
lived
you're in
it,
the
and I don't
house,
find it
yeah.
humorous.
Yeah, but if you,
Yeah.
if you live it,
Right, right.
It's
Awesome.
part of the stuff in the book.
Yeah, yeah.
knowing
So,
and
Yeah.
telling spirits that you're only
but
gonna
it is, I
allow
always, you wonder about,
someone
about
that has your mind,
the connection
your
between
character.
people and like, you come
Your
together.
attitude.
But home is extra.
Maybe we would, who knows, maybe I was a twin sister.
So
Right,
do you prefer
right.
to be
No,
like
twin brother.
very
Yeah.
658?
We'll have to ask him, that's a very good question.
Never gonna
Spiritual
screw
place?
And they got.
Is
it special?
I
Yeah, I
know.
think it is.
In a
So
way,
I'm
it's
but
I had to sit there, I
I've been
had to sit there with my legs split open because the sun was so close.
And it
Oh my
was,
God,
that
sit
was
on the
quite a
window.
place.
I literally had this much room.
Meetings
I had this much room to
midnight.
win. It was
And
unbelievable.
I had no room in my seat.
Well, you gotta,
You know, on the
Right,
cassette.
yes.
Yeah, poor Zach was a little kid when we
At
flew
that
it.
And,
But
now,
let me tell you something,
garbage
Southwest used to
truck
be a bargain, because I flew
isn't gonna
all
go
the time.
by at midnight.
The only
picking
one
up
that's good is
garbage.
Baltimore.
No.
Other than that, I gotta go to
Well,
Dallas.
on the
I'm going to
tape,
Chicago
you could
Thursday.
hear
They
a
go to
garbage
Midway.
truck go by.
Oh, Midway's
Now, you
so
couldn't hear
George.
it
Oh
till
my
the
God,
tape.
We're
George
landing
brought
there.
tape.
Midway is gonna be the most unsafe area in the
Just
world. You're coming down, you're
then,
calling
other
on
than
all
that,
Chris.
wasn't it
Literally.
warm?
I've been out of it before.
Oh, that- that's
Okay,
what
so
it
in the session you hear these background noises, but not on tape?
On the
Yes,
tape,
princess.
but not, we couldn't hear it.
Oh,
But it was
oh,
on the tape.
Yes.
Yeah, it came out on the tape.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
There it is,
Yeah.
it's the mix all over
very
mixed.
They just show up on film.
Things will show up there.
Oh, that you never
Oh,
saw.
what happened? Okay. Oh, so we
So you
were
just weren't
leaving,
aware, you weren't perceptive
Right?
to
We're
see it?
leaving, well,
Or there was
we're
too much
about to
going
take
on
off,
already?
And they're like,
Yeah,
Can
no,
you
we
hire me?
weren't meant to hear.
Easy
Asian
work.
woman said she doesn't want to take the flight
You
without.
wanna take the flight?
So we're
No,
gonna
no,
go
no.
back.
Spring breakers.
And Chris like, does she have
You
like?
be a lot of different things.
So we thought you were joking.
Yeah.
Now, there is
So we
a,
thought, okay, this-
there's
there's
a,
like students.
She had a Harvard.
And then
cemetery,
they turned the plane around, brought it back.
by
And then we get back in line. So it
Salem
was like
Jail,
set aside.
but now,
Yeah, set aside
the
the
Salem
school.
Jail's been made into a
No, she's
restaurant.
doing
Yeah,
the
that's
flight.
crazy.
I
And we
took
were
a
like, what
picture,
hell?
She went to Harvard because there was a group of Harvard kids there. Well,
nighttime.
I'm sitting there going.
I didn't know you're not supposed to be in the cemetery.
I don't know,
at
maybe
night,
she
that's
just hasn't decided she didn't put them up.
And
I'm like,
the
because she planted a
stone was,
I don't know.
That's weird.
It was weird.
in front
I didn't know
of
you allowed that, right?
the jail.
Because we always turn on.
Southwest would
And I
go,
just
fuck you,
kept getting the
you're getting off
bills, I
the
took a
land.
picture
When
of
do you think
it.
Spirit
Any
Air?
other
I
land.
don't know.
Put it on the computer. It owns all these orbs.
Right.
We were already
Separate
Oh,
on
duct
all
tape,
of
they
it.
have a collection of duct tape.
And you bring,
And
and you
picture our
bring
colors.
the orb up close, a couple of them.
At the price of fuel right now, no flight should be in the
On
West
the
Coast,
jail,
should be
it
more than
was
450.
really, I
Because that's
thought,
the way it is.
If you
So,
took a picture right
it's
here.
gasoline's going back down
right
to
now,
$2
you
in about
see
2 weeks.
yeah.
It's going right
That'd
back
be
now.
so
The thing
cool.
is,
Yeah.
the airlines
There'd
are
be
picking up.
spirits
Right,
who
so
were
much to
here,
Hampton
but didn't come
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Or tape around trees.
Man.
Yeah, one night, we,
Digital work or just
we were meditating
Oh my God.
digital too, or?
this woman's
Yeah.
house.
But that was dumb, it was like, it was
May
like,
not recognize
And,
streaming tape.
it was dark, and then she had
It's all
an
energy, I know
infrared
that.
camera that was going around and around and around, and it came to me.
Yeah, but you see a police line, that
They
means
look
the
like-
no voters are being
And
gathered.
it's right now, the light on and everything, and, that was spirit, I didn't realize what it was.
I still didn't get it. I still didn't get what the guy said.
You know?
"And we're gonna give you back.
That's what you
The
gave
one
me.
we
I know we
decide."
give a
I'm like,
picture, but
What
you
communist
showed
country do
it
we
to us
live in?
and gave
If
us
you
a
vote,
number.
if they get 12 million, they're gonna, no, we don't want the 12
Yeah,
million.
that picture, that, you know, it looked like
That was the
all
weirdest
around
thing I
the
saw.
head.
To this day, that's
Well, that's true when you get the Olympic
Light
one.
was on.
Yeah.
Well, she was having, look at that was cool. We were thinking for 12 million. Plus the bond, the bond for 12 million. That's the bond.
Imagine the energy would be around you too. if you- you know
Yeah.
what I'm
They
saying.
go,
They can't get
Oh,
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, Bill had a question. When you have different lives, do you ever change gender, or do you keep the same
no,
gender?
Mrs. Lane already started doing science, but she's not
Yeah?
talking to me.
Is that a choice, or is it a,
You know, that, I don't know.
You
yeah?
know, it could well
She's
be.
not, she's
Yeah.
not talking to me. Since
Yeah.
I don't have penis envy, so I'd probably stay a woman the whole time.
Yeah.
No, it was when we.
Oh, I should have put a vote no in front of you.
He's thinking, well, you don't know
Oh,
what
I don't know what you're thinking, I know.
I feel like I'm a
Yeah.
woman trapped in a man's body.
Oh, guess what?
Oh, you're Bruce Jenner.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, I like women.
He went from Billy to Bruce.
I'm gonna put you in.
No, I like women, I'm good,
Yeah.
thanks.
Well, Paul's right across the street from me, right?
Yeah.
Could you remember Jennifer is 100% would you mind?
Okay.
I wrote in George for one,
Yeah,
I wrote
you're
in
right.
Carol for another.
This is so interesting, you
Yeah,
don't get to talk about
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I know, well, you know, who knows, maybe
Yeah.
George will do it again.
Oh, he'll do it again. Maybe Bill could write a book about it.
Yeah.
It sounds like they physically have.
Procrastination is my middle name. I do, I have so many thoughts.
I've had
Would have been
But
friends.
now he's got.
that,
Right about season, but he-
have written a book,
I'm gonna start writing
you
it
know,
down.
about the point and what I've done, plus other, you know, thing. And
Within a year, it'll be good.
He just said he's thinking how.
Another girl
alcohol affects liver.
Divorce will be
put
fine.
together a
I'll
book
do
of
it.
near-death experiences, and I have my story in there as
Right.
well.
I got something
Were you
to tell you.
were you dancing above the
Two more, you'll be down with the sandwich.
She's also a poet.
Thank you, though.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're a poet? We didn't know it?
And you didn't know it,
This is a shitty
Oh,
house.
and I didn't show it.
I can't.
Girl!
You're a rhymer.
And she's got trophies
Wow.
for writing poems. Yes,
I
excellent,
do.
excellent.
Are they a certain genre,
I don't know which one's
certain
more.
subject?
George's thing with the.
She wrote one
Keep
about,
that under
she
wraps.
wrote
That's
one
a little
about
kinky now.
COPD.
Oh, it really is
No,
like this.
yeah, so it was the prison of addiction, being addicted to
And
nicotine.
then Jennifer.
Oh,
Yeah.
For
That's
Alexis. Were you
great.
a smoker?
I was,
So you write about your own experience?
I did.
Wow.
Heavy.
Try to steer kids not into smoking.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye-bye.
The young and invincible back then.
Yeah, what kind of fun?
No, let's
Yeah,
wait
we're
till
gonna
somebody.
let you go.
What?
Okay, George, hot seat, now it's your turn.
No.
Hot George, 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 George.
Mom
Need
had,
help, Mom?
We're troublemakers.
So,
I should probably put those back.
my mom's gotta go,
Okay.
cause we gotta head out.
Oh, I know. Where are you
Talking
coming
about
from?
Babylon.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff on my,
Is that your
Thank you
Don't
very
forget
much.
No, I'm gonna
This is a heavy bag, I wouldn't wanna get hit by it.
No.
absolutely not.
Absolutely.
It is.
Can we put it in?
You're welcome.
Thank you.